Eric. I am so glad you are back. Where on earth have you been? Anyway, I cooked us a late-night pizza snack. It's there on the coffee table. I couldn't find the pizza cutter, but there's a knife there you can cut it with. While you are doing that, I am going to go take a quick shower. Then I will sit down with you and have some pizza and another Vincy Pop. Don't worry, I won't be in the shower very long. I'll be out in a
here at CRZY News, and we have with us as our guest today Dr. Flipshire of Flattown, who will be discussing what he calls the psychological breakdown of society and Murgatroyd in particular. Welcome to the show, Dr. Flipshire.
Thank you there, Allison. I'm glad to be here again. Yeah, this is Dr. Flip here from down, and most of your viewers, I'm sure, recall when I was on here a year and a half, 2 years ago, whenever Akron had burned down the paper doll factory and then committed suicide, and I was commenting then on the mental state of Akron. Well, today I'm going to comment on the mental state of Murgatroyd. I think there's going to be more and more of this type of thing that y'all have seen here. If you'll recall, after Akron had burned down the paper doll factory and killed himself, all of a sudden then, the serial killer began to strike. Well, of course, the serial killer turned out to be Apronhead's brother, as we now know, and was slain at the wedding of Les Pomack and Imogen Sakowski, but now somebody has stolen the body of the Murgatroyd serial killer. I predict there's going to be copycat killers and more chaos, because I think what we're witnessing is the mental breakdown of society. I'm going to call it the psychological breakdown of Murgatroyd. That's what we're all witnessing, and things are going to continue, I believe, to get worse before they get better.
Dr. Flipshire, to correct one of your statements. As a reporter here at CRZY who followed the Murgatroyd serial killer's rampage from its very beginning some 4 years ago, I would like to clarify that the Murgatroyd serial killer had already claimed many victims before Apronhead did his dirty deeds. So let's be clear about that. Now it can be argued, perhaps, that the serial killer, Eric Niedermeyer, escalated his slayings after the suicide death of his brother Apronhead, but in the interests of accuracy, let's be clear about the facts here. Dr. Flipshire.
Bulletin alert.
Thank you.
News Bulletin alert. This is Ronson Kilroy at CRZY News. We interrupt this program to bring you the following breaking news. The body of a young woman has been discovered behind the Super Deluxe grocery store tonight. Surveillance footage from the store cameras aimed at the back alley captured the event, and Lieutenant Skitters had this to say about what the surveillance footage reveals about the crime.
Deceased victim discovered here. This is Lieutenant Skitters with the Murgatroyd Homicide Division. I'm in charge of the serial killer case. This appears to be a copycat killer, seeing as how I saw and personally identified the Murgatroyd serial killer's death at the wedding of Les Tomac and Imogen Sakowski. I will say this, the surveillance camera and the perpetrator appears to be the same height, weight, and appearance of Eric Niedermeyer, and if I did not know that he was dead, I would say that it was the same individual. The surveillance camera also, sadly, recorded the dismemberment of Flashy the Paper Doll by this killer, and then a young, as yet unidentified skateboarder, whom we believe to be Timothy Lawrenson, came along and taped Flashy back together and put her in a grocery cart and took off with her. So he left the scene of the crime, this young skateboarder, and he took the other victim, Flashy the Paper Doll, with him. We do not know where he took her, or where this young skateboarder is, but we want to question him further, obviously, as quickly as possible for additional information on anything he saw or heard, or additional description and information he can give us on the perpetrator on this new apparent copycat killer. And this was Lieutenant Skinner. That's all I have to say at this moment.